everyone, welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we are making chicken scratch this square. It is so fun and cute. We've got these little chicken leg and feet going on. I love it. Little chicken legs and feet. How cute is that? So you can work it in one colour. It probably will show a bit better if you have two colours. So just for the sake of not having two squares the same, today I'm going to use exactly the same colours, but I'm going to do them in reverse. So I'll have yellow chicken legs and orange background. So I will be talking about colour changes, but if you're not changing colour, I'll tell you where to start your next round from. So grab your things and let's get started. Okay, so to start, we are essentially making the basic granny square center, but this is just this is another way of how I taught you in one of those how-tos of how you can work without doing a chain 4 and a slip stitch, or without doing a magic ring. And this way is to chain 4, and then 3 chains will count as your double crochet, and then you work into your bottom chain, and this acts as your ring, or your magic ring. So yarn over and do 2 double crochets in your bottom chain. 1, 2, oops, 2 double crochets in there. So you've now got the equivalent of 3 double crochets. Okay, your chain and 2 double crochets, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to do this 3 more times. You're going to do 3 double crochet into this chain. 1, 2, 3. You can see it's starting to form like the basic granny center, and then you're going to do 2 chains, and then repeat that again. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch into your top chain. I will see you in a second. Okay, so we've got our first round completed here, and this is just like any basic granny square start. Okay, so I've joined with a slip stitch in my chain, and then I've fastened off with that knot, and then I've just turned it over. I've pulled in my chain nice and tightly, just as a magic ring, and I've sewn it securely closed so it won't open at all. Okay, so it's time to change colour. If you don't want to change, because we're going to start working, if you can see these parts here, we're going to start working these little bits here, which are a bit like the top of the chicken legs. Their hips. Do chickens have hips? So if you're keeping the same colour, then because you're in this this chain, which is like the first double crochet, turn it over and just slip stitch into your corner space so that you're in the corner. Okay, and if you are starting with a new colour, just join your new colour into any corner space, and then we will get started on round 2. So we're not going to be working in any of the stitches that we've made. We are going to do we're going to do a single crochet in this first corner chain, so a single crochet in there, and then we are going to do a front post double crochet. So that's yarn over for a double crochet, go under the stitch, so we're bringing the stitch to the front, so it's a front post, and then do your double crochet as usual, and then you're going to chain 3 and do a front post double crochet, skip the next stitch and then do a front post double crochet on this last one of that set of 3. So a front post double crochet around that stitch. So you've got a front post, skip a stitch, chain 3, and then a front post double crochet, and then into your next corner you're going to do a single crochet, and then you're going to do a front post double crochet around the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch and do a front post double crochet around the next stitch, and a single crochet into the chain space, front post double crochet around the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch and do a front post double crochet around the next stitch. Front post double crochet, not half double crochet as I just ended up with there. So let's try that again. There we go. Single crochet in the chain space, front post double crochet around the next stitch, chain 3, front post double crochet around the next stitch, and then do a slip stitch into your first single crochet. And there we go. So you've got these chain spaces and these 2 single crochets, starting to form the chicken leg or hips or whatever chickens have. And then you're going to fasten off this colour. Okay, now if you're choosing to do this in one colour, you will still need to fasten off and rejoin your colour in a different place. It's going to be a bit too tricky to do slip stitches across. So what you want to do is look at your first round, your first round, and what you want to do is join into any of these missed stitches, the skipped ones, in the centre, so your double crochets in the centre. So join into one of those with a slip stitch. This is why you need to still rejoin, if you're sticking to the same colour, you need to still rejoin it in this place, okay? And then keep these chain spaces that you've got from the previous round. These will all stay at the back, because if I show you the back of this one, if you can see these chains, they just stay at the back now. You won't be working into those at all, okay? So what you're going to do is, you're going to do a chain of 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochet in that same stitch. 1, 2, chain 1, and you're going to do a front post double crochet around these 2 front posts. We're going to be skipping that single crochet that's in the middle. Just go straight over to your next front post, so that's behind, pulling your post to the front. So 2 front post double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet in this missed stitch here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1, front post double crochet around these 2 front posts. 1 and 2. Don't forget, if you need to slow the video down at all, I haven't told you this for ages, but if you need to slow the video down, then in the top right or somewhere just below there'll be a cog or 3 dots. You can click on that and it should allow you to choose the speed of the video, and pause and rewind as much as you need to as well. So chain 1, and then you're going to do 5 double crochets in this center stitch. Chain 1, front post double crochet, front post double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochets, chain 1, front post around this front post double crochet around this front post, chain 1, and then we started with just 3, so finish with 2 double crochets in there and slip stitch into the top. So I will meet you back around here. Okay, so you've done your slip stitch and we should have something a bit like this. Okay, so we are not fastening off, we're going to continue with this colour, and we're going to do a chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and we're going to do 2 double crochet in this same space, so that will be in the top of the chain there. 1, 2, and then you're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, push that out of the way a bit, there we go. And then you're going to do a chain 1. You're going to skip this chain 1 space, and you're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. That will be the top of these 2 front post double crochets. Do a double crochet in each of those. 1 and 2, and then you're going to do a chain 1 and skip the next chain 1 space, and then you're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. So that's the first 2 of your cluster of 5. And then you're going to do 3 double crochet in the next stitch. That's your middle stitch there. 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. So you've done 1, 2, and then 3 in the next stitch, and then 1, 2. Then you are going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat this around. You are going to skip the chain 1 spaces, do a double crochet in each of these 2, chain 1, and then do your 2, 3, and 2. Okay, and follow that all the way around. If you need to, just rewind a couple of minutes and follow what we've just done, and I'll see you back around this side. And as usual, slip stitch into the top chain where you started, and we are going to fasten off this colour. If you're sticking with the same colour, just hold on 1 sec and I'll tell you where you need to be starting from. Okay, so you're going to join your new colour in this chain 1 space after these 7 double crochets, or before these 2 double crochets here. If you are doing it all in one colour, I do suggest that you fasten off and rejoin your colour, because you've just got too far to do your slip stitches, and it could just make quite a difference to the look. So I suggest you fasten off and rejoin your colour. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've joined our colour, and obviously pause the video if you need to go and do that now. And then we're going to do a single crochet in this space. So single crochet in the next stitch. And now we're going to do a front post treble crochet. So that's 2 yarn overs, and then we're going to do it around these 2 yellow stitches here. So your 2 stitches from round 2 that were front posts, excuse me, so go under one, and then go under the other, and then bring your yarn over, pull that through, yarn over and pull through, and you're just going to continue your treble crochet as such, as normal. So this is now forming the chicken's leg. So if I bring this one in, this is now forming this chicken leg here, or do it the right way up, this one here. Okay, let's just cinch these in together. So let's move on. You're now going to do a single crochet in this next stitch. So it'll be this next double crochet of this set of 2. Okay, so single crochet in there, and then a single crochet in the chain space, single crochet in the next 7 stitches. So all of these double crochets do a single crochet. I'm going to pause the video and let you do those 7 single crochets. Okay, I'm pausing the video on some really simple parts because I've got a paper cut, which is making it quite hard to crochet fast. So yeah, bear with me, guys, guys and girls. So you've done your 7 single crochet. Now do a single crochet in your chain 1 space, and you are going to repeat that all the way around. You're going to do a single crochet. In fact, I'll show you this treble crochet again. So single crochet in the next stitch, And then I'll just show you this front post treble once more. So yarn over twice and then go down here and go under one of your front posts and then under the other front post, and then yarn over and pull through, cinching those two together, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, continue your triple crochet just like normal. There you go. And then you're going to do a single crochet in that next double crochet there, and then one in your chain space, 7 single crochets, one in your chain space, one in the double crochet, then do your front post treble, one in the double crochet, and continue all the way around. Now allow enough yarn to do these trebles. It might cinch down a little bit, it might just pull it down a little bit, but it's fine, it will all work out in the end. But try not to do it too tight, you don't want it sort of down here. Okay, and I'll meet you back around here. You need to do a slip stitch in your single crochet to finish off your round. I'll see you back around there. Okay, so I have slip stitched into my initial single crochet and fastened off, and I've joined my previous colour into the same stitch that I just finished on. Okay, so if you are working in just one colour, that's perfect for you because you can just continue where you finished. Perfect. So we are going to chain 3, which, as you've probably already guessed, counts as our first double crochet. And then we're going to do a treble in the next stitch, treble crochet in that next stitch. So far we've got chain 3 and a treble crochet. I've gone into the wrong stitch there. Make sure it's into that single crochet and not into your front post treble. So there we go. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do our corner. We're going to make our corner from this stitch, I do believe. Okay, so I just wanted to check the pattern and make sure I was telling you correctly. So we're going to do into this stitch here, we're going to do 2 treble. So this is the top of our front post treble crochet. Okay, don't worry because we're going to work over this. Don't panic that it's making chicken's leg look a bit of a funny multicolour. So 2 treble crochets in the top of that, and then you're going to do a chain 1 and do 2 more trebles into that stitch, and this will be your first corner. 2 trebles, chain 1 and 2 trebles. Then you're going to do a treble crochet into the next stitch. That will be your single crochet next to it. And then this is our squaring off round, so you're probably quite familiar with all of this. We go down our stitches now, so we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, half double and half double, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then we're going to work back up towards our next corner. So we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2, 1, 2, a double crochet in the next stitch, and a treble crochet in the next stitch, and that will be your single crochet next to your front post treble. And then you're back to making your corner. 2 trebles, chain 1, 2 trebles, and then as before, treble, double, 2 halves, 3 singles, 2 halves, 1 double, 1 treble, and then your corner. So rewind the video a couple of minutes or so if you need to follow it back around, and you'll do that 4 times, making your 4 corners, and I'll meet you back here. You're going to slip stitch into your top chain as usual. Okay, so in case you're a little confused as to what your last stitch is, you're going to be finishing with a half double crochet and then slip stitching in the top of your chain. There is this bit here, but it's because of where we did our slip stitch on the previous round, so it just looks like we've got an extra stitch there. So finish with your half double crochet and then do your slip stitch into your chain. If I can get the hook in. So do your slip stitch and then fasten off this colour and get ready for your next colour. Okay, so this is what we've got going on so far, and this is the finished one. So you can see we've just done this round, we've just done this yellow round here for squaring off. So we're now going to be moving on to doing the feet, the chicken's feet or claws or whatever you call them, these pieces. Okay, so we're going to join your new colour into one of your corner chain 1 spaces. Okay, join your new colour in there. If you're sticking with the same colour, then you could just slip stitch across these few stitches here and into this corner. Okay, once you have your slip stitch in your corner, you're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do 4 single crochets along. So just make sure you don't miss this very first stitch. It could get covered with your single crochet. If you can just see there's a stitch there, so don't let that get covered. So 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and then you're going to do a front post treble, so 2 yarn overs around this top, the top of this leg, front post treble. So go underneath that and then do your front post treble as we've done before. Do your yarn overs and pull through, and there you go, you've got your first claw. And then you're going to skip the next stitch. So we've gone into this stitch here, we are going to skip this next stitch here, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 5. So skip this one and then do a half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Half double crochet in those 5 stitches, and then you're going to do a front post treble around this front post. So front post treble around here. Now the ending of your stitch will be big, don't worry about that, it's fine, that's normal. Unless you can keep your yarn really tight, it is normal for that to happen. That's absolutely fine. So we've done that one, and then you're going to skip the next stitch. So just check which stitch that is. So we've worked in here, so we're going to skip this next stitch and work into the next one, and we're going to do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So single crochet for 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you're going to do 3 single crochets in your chain 1 space. Oops. 3 single crochets in your chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, And then you are going to repeat this from the start. So you're going to do your front post treble around this front post here. So you're going to go around here, and then you're going to skip a stitch and do 5 half double crochets, and then you're going to do a front post treble around this front post, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next 4 along here, and then you'll be back to your chain 1 space to do your 3 single crochets. If you need to, rewind the video about 3 or 4 minutes and you can follow it along from this corner all the way along. When you get back around here, you'll be slip stitching into your first single crochet, and each corner should have 2 of these legs. These 2, we'll be doing this final one in the next round, I believe. Okay, see you soon. Just before you go sailing off doing the rest of your round, when you come to doing your second claw on here, just make sure that you stick to the same way on every one. So I've done this here in front of the last one. So when you get around to your next ones, just make sure that you always do it in the same way, that you don't do the next one up here, because then it will just keep it all looking quite nice and uniform. Okay, so we've got this going on so far. It's quite a nice design, isn't it? It's quite a nice pattern. If we didn't continue with these bits here, then it would be quite an interesting pattern. Okay, it might seem like it's cinching in a bit, but don't worry, it'll all come good in the next round. So we're not fastening off. Oh dear, we're not doing that. We're going to continue in the same colour. So again, if you're using one colour, then it's nice and simple for that. So we are going to start the next round with a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch, and a single crochet in the next stitch. That will be your middle corner stitch. Yes, that will be your middle corner stitch. So you are going to then do a front post double treble around this post here. Okay, so front post double treble. So you need to yarn over 3 times for this. Yarn over 3 times for a double treble, and then go under here and do your front post double treble. So it's exactly the same as you would do for any other stitch. You just yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your front post double treble completed. And so once you've done that, you're going to do a single crochet in the stitch that you just did your last single crochet in, which was your center stitch. So your center stitch now has single crochet, front post double treble, and a single crochet. That is your new corner. So moving on from there, you're going to do a single crochet in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to do a front post half double crochet around this front post here. Okay, so that's your yarn over, hook underneath that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So front post half double crochet, and then you are going to do a single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So you're going to start from this stitch next to your front post. So you're going to start here. So going to do single crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now this is the top of this front post, and it's that sort of big stitch there because of how we had to extend our stitch. So this one in there, and then a front post half double crochet around this one. So there we go. And then you're going to do single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So again, miss out this one right next to it because that kind of is the one that we've just been working on. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then you're going to do a single crochet in the next, which is your center corner stitch, and then you're going to do a front post double treble. I'll just show you this once more. So 3 yarn overs, go underneath this stitch here, this front post treble, and then do your double treble. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 and there's your long front post double treble. And then you're just going to do another single crochet in the stitch that you did your last single crochet, and that once again is your corner made single crochet, front post double treble, single crochet. So if you need to follow this back, rewind about 5 minutes, I think it is, 4 or 5 minutes to follow this side all the way around, and I will meet you back around here where you will be slip stitching into your single crochet. Okay, so this is what we have going on so far. How cute is that? I love it. These lovely cute little chicken feet, or just pattern if you want to think of it as a pattern and not chickens. So what we're going to do is join with a slip stitch into a corner double treble front post. So these will probably be sort of curling over a bit, but don't worry about that. Just find your corner, and if you just look at the top, pop your hook under, and you'll find those 2 strands there at the top of your stitch. Okay, so just look there and you'll see those 2 there, which will be in line with the other single crochets if you look closely. If you're keeping to the same color, just do a slip stitch across into that stitch there. Okay, so join your color and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so this is obviously going to be your corner, so do a chain 2, and that counts as your first half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets in that same stitch, and that is how your corners are going to be formed. 3 half double crochets in your corner stitch. Then you are going to do single crochet in the next 19 stitches. So you'll be working all the way along here to the next corner stitch. You should have 19 stitches, including the tops of your front post half double crochets, 19 stitches, and then do 3 half double crochet in your next corner. Then work along another 19 single crochets and 3 half double crochet in your corner, and do that along every side, and I will see you back around here at the start, which, as you've probably already guessed, you're going to do a slip stitch into the top chain. See you in a moment. So when you've finished and done your slip stitch in your the top of your chain 2, it would be time to fasten off. If your square's the right size, fasten off, and that's that. But if it's not quite the right size, then as we always tell you, add another round or 2 if you would like to. Mine actually isn't as big as the one I practiced last night, not quite. So I'm wondering if maybe I was a bit tired and a bit more sloppy and loose on this one. I don't know. But I've decided not to add any more rounds to this at the moment. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. So Anyway, there is your chicken scratch square for day 126. She says, and then she starts to doubt herself. There's your chicken scratch square for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. All the details of the Facebook group are in the description box below, as always. And if you found this useful and helpful, please click that like button, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. We try and get the videos up about an hour before the pattern goes up in the group. If you haven't, if you would like the pattern for this and the chart for it, then you know the details of the group are below. You can get all of that in the groups. So until next time, guys, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.